Own NFT land in Earther Metaverse and generate lifetime revenue. Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happenings in NFT land. I came across Earther a while ago. I think I talked about it in a previous video, and it really piqued my interest, and I wanted to check it out. So I did some deep diving today, and man, it's pretty freaking cool. It's run on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's basically Age of Empires or even Clash of Clans, where you just build from the ground up your own world or your own society, your own little community, right? So you pick a spot in the world, like such. It's you know what I mean? It looks and mimics Earth. You pick a world, you pick a spot, and then anywhere you want in the world. I picked India right here, and then from there you start building and you start constructing a new world. It'll start off looking like this, and then become like this as you grow. You have a little place for your main characters, or like what your house of the players will look like, little characters you have. This is the map. It'll start off looking very normal, very traditional to what we have, but over time, as you build your economies as different players, because this is an MMO, by the way, it'll change, because what you do in the world has real in-game world consequences, which I think is some of the best things ever. So we can take a quick look at the white paper here. Earther is Heroes of Might and Magic, a game type inspired economic social MMO game based on exploring and investigating the world, leveling up, choosing specializations, and increasing the strength of your company and your country. The game is designed to replicate a real-life environment, simulating the actions that people have to perform in order to earn a living. Earther's globe is Earther's globe is consisting of 350,000 hex land plots, which can be purchased as NFT. So the hex land spots is because it is like a hexagon. As you can see, they are hexagonal, and so yeah, it just looks pretty cool to me. Just like I've always looked for a world, and and I know there's tons of people out there who want to see the real life consequences of your actions, right? Like, or real in-game life consequences of your actions. I remember there was a game, EVE Online. I never actually played it, but I believe a character at one point, he got screwed over at one point, lost all of his stuff, came back from the ground up, like got into the people's group that had screwed him over, rose his way to the ranks, and then destroyed them from the inside out, kind of deal, as like a revenge thing. I don't know if that's real, but I remember hearing that, and like, this is the kind of world where you could essentially do that. Make deals, make partnerships, have alliances, break them, betray people, you know what I mean? Conquer the world, essentially. If you have the gall, if you have the capability, you could essentially conquer the entire Earther world. And that might be hard and damn near impossible, as it would be in the real world. But the fact that you could potentially do that and pull that off is astounding, because that's every action has an actual real world consequence and action to it. And again, the more money you make, the more you build your city, the better you get, the more territories you claim, you'll generate more revenue. And that sounds pretty cool. So like, fuck going to work, I'm just gonna go to Earther and like start conquering and go to war. Right, so this is this is what it would look like beforehand. Very normal, very basic. And then things start to change a little bit as people start to take over and go to war and start fighting. And I mean, that's just the dopest part for me anyways. If we go over here, if we go down a little bit into, we have a bunch of here are all the creators that are working on it right now. I think when they started, they had about $2 million to start with. They just got a bunch of investors, a bunch of other clientele who are interested in this, and now they're up to like 5.4 million. So, it's going places. Plus, it's on the Binance Smart Chain. Binance doesn't really just let anybody do their stuff. At least they didn't. Maybe that has changed, but they don't just let anybody on. So the fact that you got this, and plus you can check out the LinkedIn of all of these guys. They're all around. They're all there. So, come in here and take a look. Enjoy. The storyline for this is sort of like the world, kind of almost how it is, but brought to the brink. So everything's been screwing up, everything's fucking up, the environment's fucked. trades are fucked, resources are fucked, nobody is getting along with each other, and it's blown to the point where, you know, it's become a super dog eat dog world. And so essentially what they do is they take the minds of everybody and put them in cryo, and then they uploaded you to the Earther world, where, you know, until the regular world is ready to inhabit again, you will spend your current time in the Earther world, essentially doing what you're doing out in the real world, but in the virtual world. That's like the storyline that they have going on there. That's just to kind of get you started into the world. The rest of it is completely up to the players involved in it, and, you know, how you choose to govern, how you choose to interact, how you choose to break and build and, you know, create new. So to me, this is all really extraordinary. I'm definitely going to be picking up some land. So one of the things I like about this as well is that, I mean, a lot of the places that you know, if you go to America, it's more expensive. I think it's like 500-600 or something like that. I don't know if I saw anything for 1,000, but you can see it's generally priced at like 246, 300. You know what I mean? Depending where you are in the world, most desirable places, etc., etc. But the price is not that bad, all things considered, right? So for me, I'm like, this is pretty cool. It's done in BNB if you were to purchase this, but this is what the dollar value in USD would be. So this is the amount of BNB you'd need to offer, or the equivalent offer, and it'll tell you when you actually click on it. Like, yeah, so it's like 0.4811 BNB to get that. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm definitely going to be keeping up with this project. Digital Land is one of my favorite kind of projects that currently exist. I don't know why, but I gravitate to it very strongly. So if this is something you guys are interested in, links in the description down below to the Earther website. I mean, I think this is going to blow up one day. You never know, it could be. That's not financial advice. I just think this is a really cool project, and the potential for it's there. It's backed up by, you know, some pretty, like, you can, again, everyone's here to be looked up and searched in, so no one's really hiding too much. You got their names, you can search up their history, search up their past, and that's always good, so you can at least, like, you know, before you get into the project itself. I'm not doing it here, but before I get into the project, I'm definitely going to want to take a look at every single one of these guys and just see what's going on, or at least the top commanders of the ship, just to make sure, you know, it's not a bunch of like randoms or people, or not even randoms, just like people who are hiding themselves. But obviously this is also on the Binance Smart Chain, and they probably wouldn't just go ahead and let them hide. Plus, again, these guys got a bunch of new investors involved, right? So it's not like these guys are getting these investors and they're just like, oh yeah, we don't need to look up who these people are. So I definitely think this is a project. Said that pretty fast. I definitely think this is a project worth taking a look at and worth kind of keeping my eye on. So if you guys want more of that, let me know. And I mean, I'm going to do it anyways, but I'll be making videos about it if people are interested in that. So like, comment, subscribe. I'll come back for more. Thanks for watching.